Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. I'm happy to report that the outdoor seating at the Sweetwater is back. This is Friday. What is this? August 23rd, I think. And it's nice to see it's back because all this week for the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, they had the seating removed because they were worried about protests here on Michigan Avenue. I think there was a permitted planned protest on Sunday night. I missed it because I was coming back into town, and that's probably why they removed it. And yeah, there was a small amount of protest activity around the cultural center. That might be why the Staples over there on Wabash, just south of the cultural center or behind the cultural center, on the same block, was boarded up, and it was fine. It was a peaceful protest. We filmed it yesterday at the end of my lunch walk. I think it got a little bigger where the police actually shut down the street, but I missed that because I was at work. But hey, Heather B, Air Mary Treese, Jonathan, thanks for tuning in there. I know I'm on a little earlier than usual today. The reason I'm on a little earlier, it's 11:46 a.m. here. It's on a Friday. I want to see if I can catch the Centennial fountain. We tried to film it earlier this week, but I got to realize I got to time it better. It's the water jet that they shoot across the river happens on the hour. It's 12, 1. It's throughout the day. They start it in the morning and then they end it in the evening. They don't run it 24/7. But I want to get there and get positioned. Maybe we can catch the water cannon shooting over the Chicago River. Shoots a giant arc, like a rainbow arc, and it, the last 4 years I haven't seen it because they had to redo the fountain, and then there was supply side disruptions and the pandemic, and then they finally construction delays, and they finally got it back open. So we'll cross the Chicago River as we sometimes do on these lunch walks, and we'll head over towards Navy Pier. Since it's such a beautiful day, we're in the 70s here, gonna get into the mid 80s, but it's probably mid to upper 70s, and it's just a fabulous weather week. We really lucked out with the weather this week for the DNC. We were over there last night. Hey, that's a cute dog. How you doing? Got the nice stroller there. So this is the direction we're heading here. How's everybody going there? Brandon, how you doing there? Yeah, Dave and Jonathan, Mary Therese, Heather B. Brandon, how was your train ride? I know you were riding the trains this morning. That's great. And we got 11:48. Maybe I'll stay on this side. I just want to, here, we'll show the river here. Hey, we got kayakers. We got boats. Wow, let's head down to the Riverwalk. Let's get down there because I want to stay on the south side. Maybe we'll cross. Hey, let's head over to, let's do that. Let's stay up. Instead of going down to the Riverwalk as we normally do, we'll stay up here. See, normally we go down these stairs here. We'll stay up here. We'll film. Look at this beautiful view. We got to the Wrigley Building and the Tribune Tower. But we'll stay focused on the river and the boats there and the bridge there. And I'm gonna head down this way to try to get in position for the Centennial fountain. Hopefully it'll shoot its water cannon across the river there. And maybe we'll even see a boat go underneath it. I don't know if it's warm enough. Usually when it gets hot, people kind of scream on the boats there. Here's the last remaining evidence of the street closures for the DNC. They use the salt trucks there just in case they need to barricade streets or any lingering effects there. But I wonder if the barricades are starting to come down. It seems like it. Our worst fears did not come to fruition, thankfully. And the protests were mostly peaceful. There was that got out of hand on Tuesday night, but that was an unpermitted agitators came in specifically to cause a disruption, and they got one. And that's what sometimes people feel like they got to do that, and I did not cover that one. But here we'll head down the river. See, yeah, we're really high. We're on the 3rd level of Wacker here. Hey, Elena, Sharon, Paula. Brown line's nice. Hey, Brandon took a nice brown line train ride. Isn't that amazing? See how if you ride it to the northern end there towards Kimball, it actually goes at grade there. And look, on Friday, the architectural tour boats look much more crowded today so far than they were earlier this week. And I don't know if it was just kids going back to school or the DNC or a combination of everything. Maybe this weekend, I know other people have messaged me, they're traveling to Chicago after the DNC because they didn't want to, in case anything weird happened. Be a lot of people, even people that work downtown, stayed away. So we'll see if next week we can get back to normal, whatever normal is. But here's the river's looking nice. Look, you can look back to the Wrigley building. What a beautiful day. There's Optima. But here, what time we got here? 11:51. So good. This will give me time to get down on the Columbus Bridge here. I'm going to try to get on the Columbus Bridge so we can film the Centennial Fountain and the water jet. And that's why I left and started this lunch walk earlier than usual today. Usually I start at noon, which doesn't give us enough time. I don't know. They probably only shoot that if they're doing the water jet. I don't even know. I have not seen the water jet the entire time since last Friday. That's been on, but the fountain's on. The waterfall. And we'll get up close to it as we head towards Navy Pier. What a beautiful day to head to the lake here. There's the Hyatt Regency. We're on Wacker Drive. I passed the Chicago Architectural Center without even mentioning it. I should have mentioned it. Hey, John James, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello to everybody. Yeah, I'm on earlier, so usually you're the first one, John James. I snuck up on you. You weren't expecting me to come on so early today. That's good. Thanks for tuning in. I know you're on the TikTok too. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for saying hello. There's the sky view. Large barge, kayakers on the river. What a beautiful day. Again, the spectacular weather continues. There's the Aqua and the Blue Cross Blue Shield. St. Regis. We're on Wacker Drive here. The uppermost 3rd level. There's the middle level. You see how Columbus Drive goes underneath and then becomes Fairbanks, heads up through Streeterville. We got kayakers. We'll head down this bridge here and we should get a nice view of the fountain. Now maybe I'll stay up. Well, you know, the sidewalk ends. I forget the sidewalk ends. You can't walk along the edge there without being like right next to the street. So yeah, let's get down here. We'll go. There's a jet ski going by. Jet ski in the river there. Look at that. What a beautiful day. Yay for summer. Krista, how you doing there? Joe Ellen, thanks for tuning in there. Taco, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for tuning in here. Let's see if we can see this water fountain. Centennial Fountain. Time we got 11:53. So I'm hoping at 12 o'clock noon on the dot, I'm hoping to see if that thing shoots a jet of water across the river there. And it used to do it. We got the rest of the fountain going. I'm so happy it's back on there. There's Lower Wacker Drive. You know where we're at here. There. We're in a kayak. Pigeons are hanging out here. This modern bridge house. Look back to the Trump Tower, the Wrigley Building, NBC Tower, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, he's probably waiting for it too. He's waiting for this thing to start. So what time we got? 11:54. How you doing? So here we'll see if this Centennial Fountain's gonna do its magic here. We got 5 minutes, so I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll get closer to it. We'll just so we can expedite time here. We'll get right up close to. We got some wind. Welcome to the Windy City. Look at that view back to the Trump Tower, Wrigley Building. You see the Marina Towers. That's the backside of the Equitable Building, where they just call it 4-something. Michigan is the Hyatt Hotel. Backside the Tribune and the Intercontinental Hotel. This is the Sheraton Hotel. We've gone in there before. And welcome to Streeterville. Laura, how you doing there? Did I miss anybody? Thanks everybody. Yeah, summer's pretty nice this year. The weather's been, at least for Chicago, not bad at all. Helena, Paula, Laura, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Dave in Niagara, thanks for Niagara, USA. I missed you, Dave. There, thanks for tuning in here. Welcome. Here, we'll head down the steps here. There's some of the Lakeshore East skyline. It's too tall. Looking into the sun. It looks like we're right on top of the river here. These stairs that go down. There's the bridge we just crossed. It's a Basque Bridge. That's a drawbridge. I don't even want to think about them lifting the bridges to lift the boats back in. We're still in summer. That's a fall thing, and we're not going to think about fall when it's still beach weather. The beaches are still open. August. We'll probably head by the beach tonight on TikTok on our walk home from work. But there's the Aeon, the Swiss Hotel, that triangular one there. It's a Harry Weiss, the architect, Chicago architect, just like Jeannie Gangs, the architect for the tall St. Regis we see there. Here comes Chicago's Fair Lady. See, Friday the architectural tour boats are sitting full, much more crowded than they were earlier this week. It's good to see. We'll head back to Sheridan here. Tuesday. I know school seems like it starts earlier and earlier every year. We did the Bud Billiken parade. It's a back to school parade there, south side Chicago, and I know the people said it's always the second week of August. For some reason it seemed earlier this year. I think it's because they pushed up the air show. The air show is usually after it, and since the air show was the same weekend as the Bud Billiken parade, it got me all confused there, but still seems early. Chicago schools don't start as early as some of the suburban or schools in other parts of the nation. Here's the city view. 11:57, so yeah, we got enough time to get up right next to this fountain. Maybe see it do its magic there. I think they do it every hour on the hour. There's a water cannon that projects a stream of water like a rainbow arc over the bridge there, or over the river, like a bridge. So we'll head around here. There's Lizzie McNeil's. There's a one wheel. That's like Duran's one wheel there, as opposed to a electric unicycle. There, we'll head over to the fountain here. There's Jeannie. There's the St. Regis. Tall towers here, Lakeshore East, looking back. Housing and hotels. Looks like there's people gathered here, so let's check out this fountain. The Centennial Fountain's back open. Darren Moreau told me it was, I think last Friday. I was out of town last weekend in Cincinnati for a bachelor party. You guys know what was going on there, the Bright Star. Hey, hello. See, they're getting ready. People taking pictures of the Centennial Fountain. Yeah, Navy Pier, that's where we're going. There it is, the Centennial Fountain. So it's back on. Look how beautiful this looks. Of course, they built this in the late 80s. And it's like our little Niagara Falls here. Yeah, Darren's got a nice front row seat to it here. Look at this Centennial Fountain. That's very important. And it's back on here finally after 4 years. Yeah, isn't this nice? You can walk underneath it. I'll show you how you can walk underneath it. What we're waiting for is right here. It should be, we got 11:59, so we'll see if they actually, I don't know if it's back on its normal schedule here. Let's see if it shoots a jet across the river. And we'll stick around to see if it happens right here. And here we'll head around the other side because maybe we can get it with the skyline here. Kind of. There we go. We can look back that way. How you doing? Centennial Fountain here. Look, you could get right down to it. You can actually put your feet in the water. Isn't that nice? And this is right at the foot of McClurg Court. I think they call this McClurg Court. They got a plaque. We'll see the plaque. I think 1989, 1988, 89. It kind of looks like the 80s. They even the color of the stone, or the marble or whatever they use there, like here. This is in Chicago. Yeah, welcome to Chicago. We're by the Chicago River. There's DuSable Lakeshore Drive. The mouth of the Chicago River is right there, and here it's 12 o'clock, so let's see if there's any sign. Here's a plaque here. This will tell us about the Nichols Milad Centennial Fountain, Civil Engineering Monument of the Millennium, 20th century, designated 2001. I don't see that. See, I don't see the water jet going over. There's the Sea Dog. Here's the Sea Dog heading through the river here, and so they must not have the jet working. I think I'll message Darren Moreau to see if he's ever seen them turn the jet. There's a water cannon that goes across the river, so apparently they don't have that going on the hour. 12:01. I purposely left work at lunch earlier to see if we could catch it, and it seems like they're not doing the water cannon portion of it yet, so I'll keep you posted if I ever see it, and we'll try to hit it on the way back. Maybe we'll see it at 1 o'clock. But here's some more information. You can walk underneath. Yeah, 1989. So it's, I don't know what happened in 1889. I don't know why they reversed the Chicago River after that. Maybe it's the completion of the sanitary and ship canal. I don't know what happened. I'll research it. 1889 and try to find out why they call this the Centennial Fountain. I know it's 100 years, but 1989 is when. Yeah, every hour on the hour. I got here at noon, and so Dahmer, I appreciate the good information. I'm trying to catch it. We walked by this earlier in the week, and the water cannon was not shooting across the river on the hour. We're here at noon. We've been filming it for the last 15 minutes, and the water cannon is not active right now. So I want to show this other part. So we'll head over to Navy Pier, and we'll try to catch it at 1 o'clock on the way back to confirm that at least for today, the water cannon portion is not doing it on the hour. I tried to catch it here at noon, and it's not going, so I guess they don't have that portion ready yet. So we'll head over to Navy Pier, and I'll keep you posted as I work downtown Chicago, which is where we're at. And if they turn the water cannon on later this summer or fall, I'll be able to post it in the rerun, so you'll know it's back on. But at least the rest of the fountain's on. It's nice, people sitting there enjoying it. And so here we'll head through Streeterville on a lazy Friday here. Beautiful summer. And yeah, the World's Columbian Exposition was 1893. It was supposed to be 1892. Yeah, there's something significant that happened in 1889. I'll research it. You could just type in Centennial Fountain Wikipedia. Maybe there's a Wikipedia article about it, and it'll tell you why the 100 years, 1889 to 1989, what they were commemorating the Centennial of. Sorry, I was working this morning and doing other things, so I didn't research it enough. But I learn something new every day, just like you guys posted it here. Annexation, yeah, that's when they annexed. 1889, the city of Chicago annexed they annexed Hyde Park, they annexed the north side, Lakeview, and expanded the city significantly, so the city could claim it had over 1 million residents before the World's Columbian Exposition. So there was a lot of land annexed. Inglewood was annexed. Hyde Park was its own city. I think it was called the City of Lake or something. and it became part of the city of Chicago. And mainly the city used the water, access to the water and sanitary sewers as a motivation for people to accept being part of the city of Chicago. And here we'll head down through the Ogden Slip here. We'll head over towards Navy Pier. 45-degree angle to the city. They have Lakeview. Yeah, that's great. Oh yeah, I think you probably is at the same building there with Lizzie McNeil's there, where I think, yeah, Darren Monroe has got me up to the amenity deck there. You got great views. We saw fireworks there, Navy Pier fireworks. You can see them from there. Here's Robert's Pizza. We're going down the Ogden Slip here. What a beautiful day to have. They got the windows open here. Robert's Pizza. It's a great Chicago style. Different than the other Chicago style pizza joints. And Winter's Jazz joint is over here. All these pontoon boats. I think you can rent some of these pontoon boats in the Ogden Slip here. 512 what North McClurg. That's great. Dahmer, thanks for tuning in there. I like the flag there. There was at the the Italian flag there. Yeah, that's good. I think that's what that is. And founding of the water. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Danny Jacuzzi. Thanks for the. See, that's what I learned. So, 1889 was the founding of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. They did the amount of work that they had done over the centuries, over a century, to reverse the flow of the Chicago River, the Illinois Strip and Sanitary Canal, and the Deep Tunnel Water Project, which helps with the stormwater management. Chicago's so flat and swampy, they raise the streets and the sewers, the raised streets of Chicago, reverse the Chicago River, but also the Deep Tunnel. Recently, they've been working on it. Hey, that's cute. It's got the. How you doing? There's Pinched on the River Mediterranean Grill. You can go to Pinched here. How you doing? Sit out under the trees here in the lights. What a beautiful spot here on our way to Navy Pier here. And of course, this was all warehouses, and this used to be an industrial ship for industrial barges to more in the old days when this whole area was more industrial. That's why they're building a new housing there. That's where the Chicago Spire site was supposed to be, but now it's going to be a housing. We walk by that showing the construction. We'll give you an update. There's people getting on the architectural tours here. How you doing? Hey, buying a ticket here for the tour there. Yeah. How you doing? So here we'll head around. We'll go over to Navy Pier.
Chicago is a Native American term, which can be loosely translated into.
Dolores, how you doing there? Michael, how you doing there? Yeah. Thanks, Danny, for the good information there. You see what he wrote there? That's about the Centennial Fountain. But here's the former Calatrava Spire site. Now it's called 400 North Lakeshore. And it's going to be 2 residential towers. Over the next few years, we'll be able to watch this thing being constructed. And they got the big hole there, the circle. The foundation where that crane is coming out of there. We'll show it briefly here when I can head up those stairs there. What time we got? 12:09. Yeah, let's briefly head up the stairs here. Let's take 1 minute here, a 1 minute diversion to show the construction progress of 400 North Lakeshore here. Hey, there's the people in town there. Shore Leave, Great Lakes Naval Academy, and other military installations around, and you'll often see people in their military. Gotta make noise, gotta make noise. You get those new modern muscle cars, and yeah, you gotta make some noise there. But here's what here's the Ogden Slip. Here's what the new development's going to look like. Look at that, it's going to be nice. So I know that most people would have rather been the Chicago Spire, would have been 2,000, but it's a more reasonable scale. It'll fit in with the other stuff much better here. Here you got to really see. You can clearly see. Remember, I always talk. It's actually lower than the level of the lake and the river. And there you can see the circle. They filled it completely in with concrete. That used to be a big hole filled with water for the Calatrava Spire. Now this is the core. The core is coming out of the ground there. And then the south tower will rise right there, 400 North Lake Shore development. Look at the nice flags they got there. So we'll come back and revisit this as the year progresses. I want to get to Navy Pier, so we'll head down and go underneath the bridge here. We'll go back to the lower level there. Oh, nice skyline view. Look at this great view looking down. You can see all the way to the Tribune Tower. This is the Ogden Slip, and you can see back to the St. Regis there. This is underneath DuSable Lakeshore Drive, the lower level. You get off to access Wacker Drive and all that. So here we'll head around. Tender number 1. Yeah, thanks everybody for saying hello there. Yeah, we're all friends. Let's see here. But that's why people were worried if I went to the sub only on TikTok. They said, oh, it's just going to be like the Lunch Bunch on YouTube. I said, what's wrong with that? You know, I personally, it's much better on my mental health. You know, I don't know why, just my personality, I can't deal with the comments troll. You think after a year and a half, I would get used to it. But, you know, I never can get used to complete strangers insulting me. You know, it just makes me have less faith in humanity. You know, it's just, and I know, you know, people say, oh, I'm just joking. I'm like, I don't appreciate it, you know, and I'm too old to be dealing with this. So we'll do the sub only. It's not to punish people. I know sub, I'm losing some of my audience people. You can still watch for free. That's what I explained to some other people. You know, if you really feel the need to comment, you can comment on the reruns. I know some of the politically sensitive DNC stuff, I turned the comments off just because I didn't want to deal with the MAGA Nation, which we saw some of the MAGA Nation there in front of the entry line. They were taunting the people going into the DNC, which is fine. I filmed that. People's First Amendment free speech rights. You know, it was non-violent. It was just taunting, which I guess you're allowed to taunt people. And we, you know, we filmed the preachers. There was people preaching, anti-abortion activists, the usual political divide that we have over the culture wars in this nation, including the pro-Palestinian protesters. We filmed that. I respect their First Amendment right to peacefully assemble and protest and march, and so we filmed that and gave them exposure, which is good. Same with even on YouTube here yesterday. We'll head over to Navy Pier here, and your mom's watching. Hey Christy, how you doing? Hey Christy's mom, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, sending positive energy. Thanks, Sharon. Appreciate it. Yeah, so the tour boats are all out in the river the way it looks. There's going to be the future Jean-Baptiste Point DuSable Park there. It's taken a long time to get it because it's a super fun brownfield site. There's like pollution because that used to be somehow they produced clocks that had like radium glowing dye that they used, and it polluted the ground there. Of course, it's always right next to the water in the lake, where our most dangerous, dirty sites, just like the steel plants. You can look at the slag piles there in northern Indiana that protrude out into the lake. And there was dunes there that they destroyed to build steel mills. Isn't that amazing? That's why there was such a movement to protect the Indiana dunes, and we'll try to get out there. I got to visit my cousin. He's got a birthday coming up. I told him I'd go out there for his birthday and we go to the dunes or something. So he lives out there in Miller Beach. So we could take the South Shore train out there. I'll keep you posted about that. That'll be coming up soon. But hey, people are queuing up to get to the shoreline sightseeing here. Now it's part of the national park, the National Lakeshore. There's people under the umbrellas here. So welcome to Navy Pier. Someone asked me about the butterfly garden because they wanted to propose. I hope I don't ruin the surprise there, but we'll head over there, see if we can ask them. We see if we can ask them when, how long that butterfly garden is going to be open. I think it should be open all the way through Halloween, unless it's just a temporary thing, and I think that's what they were asking. But you know, I'm sure there's information online. Don't go by what I say. I get things wrong, and everybody asks me. I don't know everything. As you know, people helped me out today. But here, welcome to Navy Pier. What time we got? 12:15. Hey, we're doing good on time here, so let's go out to see what's shaking out here at Navy Pier Friday after the DNC here. Hey, Lorraine, how you doing there? Yeah. Army Corps of Engineers had to clear it out, yeah. Yeah, thanks everybody. John will keep us updated. Okay, good, thanks May. So look at this, they got some, here's the Chicago Live. What is this? People's Energy Welcome Pavilion. Look, they got some digital screens here. Look at this. Some immersive artwork here.
Showing up differently in spaces than what I've done.
So this is what it is. Latinx, T, Chicago Live. Let's see what this is here. There's Blue Man Group. Okay, let's see. Free 2 days, 110 performances, 5 stages, Chicago Live. Look at this. You could. I know the YouTube and TikTok don't like QR codes, but it looks like there's some nice live performances going to be held throughout the city, and I guess that's what this is talking about here. Working towards a shared future. Installation captures individuals from across the country helping move towards a better future. Michael Murphy and Samuel Stubblefield. So this is a art installation here as we head into Navy Pier. They usually got all kinds of artwork and stuff like that. So look at that. There's the crowds on Navy Pier on a Friday, not too bad. We'll head right this way. Walk this way. So there's the main entrance to Navy Pier. You can get to the Children's Museum that way, and there's booths all on the inside, restaurants and gift shops, and we'll stay on the outside because it's such a beautiful day. Welcome to Navy Pier, Chicago. Thanks for tuning in here on the Lunch Bunch here on YouTube. Harry Carey's reunion, Chef Art Smith. They got water, they show movies out here. Call it Water Flicks. No, it's not that crowded. Like I said, this whole week, downtown and even restaurants that you thought would be really crowded because of the DNC haven't been. And I think just people were afraid to come downtown out of fear of protests or traffic or something like that. I mean, this is pretty typical for a Friday middle of the day. This will be more crowded later this evening if I come in the evening, but I mean, this thing's over half a mile long, so there could be thousands of people here. They all get spread out. You know, it's pretty crowded. I don't know what people expect. People expect what, the crowds of like Disney World or something. I mean, this is free. I guess everybody goes where you have to pay. I don't know. You know me, I'm all about free. But I know this isn't Disney World either. Here, look at there's the shoreline sightseeing boats there. Here's the Ferris wheel, Navy Pier. And I personally prefer the less crowded city. I don't like, it's, you know, if it was literally wall-to-wall people, it would be hard to stream because they would, just like at a concert, my signal goes down. So I'm okay with the less crowds. Chicago has an amazing amount of capacity, and people don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, we could easily fit 1 million more people in the city, and still not be crowded. And that's what, you know, people are like, what are you talking about? You know, because it would make everything more expensive. But the infrastructure, the infrastructure could hold, we got empty lots all over the city that could hold more housing, you know, and hopefully it would be affordable. But of course, that's why it's not, because it's in more undesirable areas of the city. Here's the putt-putt golf course. Look at that fake blue water. They got blue dye in the water here, but they got the putt-putt golf. Hey, they got the tilt-a-whirl going there. People are swinging around there. They got the teacups, Ferris wheels going. Yeah, look at that. It's so sad that I have to scrub out that music to monetize it. I want to keep it in there. Can't film anything anymore without copyrighted music. Hey, there's only 2 people on the whole thing. Hey, look at this view. It's a nice dog. Yeah, nice mini golf. Kevin, how's it going there? Oh, what happened? So that's what's going on, James. So something happened with your brother's finger there. Sorry about that. Sorry to hear that. Thanks for, I couldn't figure out what was going on. I missed the original comment there. So yeah, hope that works out. That sounds bad. There, they got the little vertical drop. People getting on the Ferris wheel. So I wonder if they'll ever open up the Illuminarium. So they call that the Illuminarium. Do you have to pay to get in there? Is that what you used to be able to walk through there? And so here, I'll check it out here. I'll try to figure out if we can get in there. There used to be like palm trees, and it was like a winter garden, but it's been under construction for literally years. It's amazing how long construction takes now. And yeah, there's a sign on the door here, so let's see what the sign on the door says. I just want to see if we can walk through here or not. Used to be able to walk through this winter garden. Navy Piers, Lake Michigan, there's the skyline of Chicago. It says Illuminarium, a place that can take you to any place. But I bet you got to pay to go in there. I bet that's what it says. Let's see if it says Illuminarium this way. So notice. See if these doors are open. I'd be really surprised if these doors are open. No, they are open. Here, it's called the Illuminarium. So this is what they did to the winter garden. There used to be palm trees. You know how there used to be palm trees? This was a winter garden. Maybe the palm trees are still there, but they might be underneath. You probably have to pay. Have your cameras ready. Come face to face. This way, okay. See, they took out some of the palm trees. I guess maybe the palm trees were getting too hard to maintain. And it looks like it's a paid exhibit here. They got a bunch of curtains. It's called the Illuminarium here. Navy Pier. $20. Hey, thanks, Dahmer. Thanks for the gift. I really appreciate it. Thanks, I appreciate it. I didn't mean to say the amount there. I was reading the comment and I didn't realize. Thanks a lot there. I really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting great content and helping out with the information. So I don't know what this Illuminarium thing is. There it is. Space travelers. Your journey will take you to the moon and light years beyond. So I think it's a space exhibit where you go in there. And that's what they're doing with, you can pay here, VIP check-in. Maybe that's why you gave me a gift. You want me to pay to go in here and show you what it's like. I appreciate it. Here's the flyover. We'll have to come back because I know people have asked about the flyover. That's another virtual experience they got here where that's what that screen shows there. I turned the mute off, sorry. It's like a Disney-like thing where you fly and they blow air on you, and it's like a virtual screen augmented reality where you feel like you're flying over Chicago, and that's what Everyone's invited here. We're in the inside of Navy Pier. There you see some of the Children's Museum. They got all the slides and stuff you can climb on. Here's where the flyover's at, the flyover Chicago. And, you know, there's some of the Children's Museum. Fortunately, I got to get back to work. I don't have time to, if I'm going to spend money on this stuff, I'm going to make sure I have enough time to do it right. And we'll do it some other time. I'll keep that money for the next time. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in here. So here we'll head down through the center of Navy Pier. Just make sure I can maintain my connection. Sometimes we lose our connection. See, they got gift shops over on the inside of Navy Pier here, Chicago's Children's Museum. The flyover thing, which I'm sure you've seen TikToks on it, advertising it, or YouTube's, whatever. That's what this is. There it is. So that's what it does. You can fly over Chicago and you kind of feel like you're flying. And they take you all around there. Like you're in a plane even, yeah. Hey, that's nice here. They got the nice display here. Fly over Chicago. You get your tickets right here. Here's where you can get your tickets. And check it out online here. Yeah, here's all the gift shops here inside Navy Pier. They got flyover stuff. Yeah, so yeah, again, all the rides through here, it's free. Fountain here. We'll try to cruise by Ohio Street Beach here on our way back. We're here, welcome to Chicago, welcome Navy Pier. We're leaving the inside here. We'll head over to the fountain here. And there's the butterfly. Here's the butterfly house. We'll go past this fountain and we'll check out this butterfly house. And we'll try to determine how long it's going to be open here this fall. Yeah, it's a little different. Like when they first started in the 1990s, that was the idea. It was kind of like a pleasure pier or like a carnival with the rides. They kind of added those. It's good they added the trees on the south. There's more shade. There's more tables. This fountain wasn't always here in this form, but it is this Polk Brothers Plaza here. Polk Brothers used to have department stores like Gold Lots and around the city here. Here's the fountain here. Hey, he's getting it. Yeah, you get cooled down here. Yeah, the kids like it here. You can step on the water. That's great. How you doing? Yeah, look at that. Navy Pier, Polk Plaza here. No, I'm working. I went to the office. And why does it matter? I guess you're just trying to make conversation there. I always feel paranoid, like people are trying to delve into the details of my life and criticize me. I appreciate it. Never raise your kids in a cult, because, you know, when you gaslight kids, you don't trust anyone. I don't trust the internet. I don't trust anyone. Why am I an adult man that never got married? I have trust issues. So please don't raise your kid in a cult where people will question everything. Because if you realize as a kid, I was like, there's something wrong with my religion. I feel like, you know, I'm being lied to. And then you don't trust anything, like politicians. Which is probably a good thing. Here, let's check out this butterfly garden here real quick. The Navy Pier, just as I'm over here. I haven't been over here. Someone asked me, they got somebody they know, they wanted to do an important event at this butterfly garden. Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
Grizzly Adams, I'm the guy.
Grizzly Adams, I remember you. How you doing? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, how's it going?
I hate to interrupt you live.
That's okay. I'm on YouTube because, you know, I have to. Thank you. Hey.
I'm getting ready to start the YouTube just because.
That's good. That's good. We need more people producing content.
Yes,
that's good.
And I love what you do. Our son lives up here. We're a couple hours south.
Yeah.
You and all the others. A couple.
Oh yeah, there's others.
Creators
Yeah, that's good.
I follow have really helped us navigate the city. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks for saying hello, Grizzly Adams. I remember you. It's a nice name there.
He talks all the time.
That's good.
Every night when you're leaving work.
Good. That's good.
Check in with my guy Brian.
I got to check out this butterfly garden because Good. Check it out. Let me know. And somebody wants to propose here. They ask.
Do you remember that?
And then, well, people ask me stuff all
No,
the time.
that was me that asked you because my son's going.
Good. So you can ask them.
Yeah.
Good.
But I asked you about
good.
it once
And
a
that's
couple
why.
hours.
Good. And that's why I haven't been over here since, because I've been out of town. I've been.
Yeah, you're always on the go.
And good. So you can ask them, and hopefully that works out. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
No worries.
Good. Thank you. See, Grizzly
Nice
Adams.
seeing you.
Nice seeing you. Thanks for saying hello. Isn't that great? So it all works out. See, look. So now they can ask, and they're scoping it out here. This is Navy Pier, and Grizzly Adams. He's been following me for a long time. I'm so happy he said hello. Of course, we visited the Butterfly Garden up in the Peggy Notobart Nature Museum up by where I live in Lincoln Park. Here's the. I'm not going to pay to go in there. You can pay to go in there and experience the butterflies here by Navy Pier. And I'm glad Grizzly Adams there with his partner and friend or significant other, and going to check it out for themselves there. And good deal. It's so nice when people stop and say hello. I know there's other people in town. I kind of let them know generally around being at. Maybe I'll run into them later today too. And see, look, we'll get more content creators producing content from all over the city and suburbs. I can't be everything everywhere at once. People always ask me to go to certain places, and if other people, just like all the other great Chicago live streamers, we look at all the different aspects of the DNC we covered. Jay, City Walking Girl, she was at McCormick Place. I didn't get down there. Jay caught some of the helicopter planes flying in the president, as did Jeremy. Jeremy, the pilot from Eugenie Terrace there. He got really good footage of the president on Monday flying in on that. It's not an Osprey. It's kind of like a plane like that could fly as a plane or a helicopter. It could rotate its props there, and that almost went viral. It got 5,000 likes. Jeremy's posting some really good content, and we of course we trust him. He knows the planes. He's a pilot, and he knew which way they were going to fly. And I covered the pro-Palestinian protests, and I covered the area around the DNC and the downtown impacts. We got the Coast Guard there on the Chicago River, so not one person can cover something as large as that, you know. And I got day job, they got day jobs, we all got other stuff going on. Thunderbirds are practicing for the air show. Nebraska, that's great. Oh wow, I bet that's great, Lisa. Yeah, Alvin, how's it going there? Yeah, you see the helicopter? See, Jeremy posted that, and I think Jay caught it too. And flying in, at least the president, and I don't know if the vice president was flown in that way or not either. Here we are over at Ohio Street Beach. But hey, we got to meet Grizzly Adams. That's great. I should have asked him why he chose that name, because he's probably an outdoor adventurist there. The old Grizzly Adams from the 70s and 80s. Used to throw the axe, and his friend was a bear. There's some restrooms. There's some restrooms here at Ohio Street Beach. Hey, I missed a bunch of comments there. Hey, thanks Yaya. Thanks for the gift. And thanks to Dahmer. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. And hopefully people understand. I know people send me gifts to try to coerce me to do stuff. Because I'm paranoid, I usually do the opposite. Like if somebody pays me money and says, do something, I'll be like, let me give the money back, because, you know, I don't want to be bought and sold on the corner market here. And, you know, I know people want to check stuff out, but it's just creepy. It just creeps me out. There's a lot about not just YouTube and TikTok. It just creeps me out. People try to influence behavior with money, and that's what the whole game is here. And I've been fighting against it my whole life, so I know I'm a weirdo. I don't make sense. I don't experience the world the same way as everybody else. And we're all different here, but I appreciate people tuning in to get information here. Because I don't, you know, that's why it's good meeting people like Grizzly Adams in real life, putting faces to names. Usually my worst paranoias don't come to fruition when we meet in real life. Here's Ohio Street Beach here. There's the playpen. There's all the boats out there. Thanks, Lambie. Thanks for understanding. Kevin knows what I'm talking. Oh, you saw this SR-71? That's amazing. I bet that would be amazing to see. That's awesome. But I don't expect anybody to give anything. I mean, I'm appreciative. You know, people want to do it. You're supporting good content, and I won't forget it. But I don't expect it. Even like, I don't expect people to subscribe to my TikTok, even though people feel like they need to comment, because some people won't watch unless they can comment. And, you know, I understand that too. But here's people hanging out at Ohio Street Beach here, enjoying the beautiful sunshine. What a beautiful day. Gentle waves here, Lake Michigan, fresh water. Still summertime. Look at that nice view. Smells like Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion. Thanks, Michael Anderson. Yeah, that air show in 6 years. Wow. Well, about time. Hope it works out there. And yeah, see some nice planes there in Omaha, Nebraska. Hey, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, Waffle Sprinkles, how you doing there? Appreciate it. Hey, they're playing Elvis. Another copyright strike. The YouTube algorithm is amazing. Like, sometimes it could sense like just a second of a song. If I catch a second of a song and try to go away, it'll still say we cannot monetize this because it sensed, you know, and it's because of lawyers. And I respect people's copyrights. I don't want to steal people's copyrights, but most of what I pick up, like at Navy Pier, it's just in the background. Like, I'm not like adding the song to my content. It's just like, it's hard to go anywhere without hearing copyrighted music in the city. You know, even people playing it on their radios, like driving by, like a car will be driving by and playing a song, and then YouTube won't let me monetize the content because it picked up 5 seconds of a motorcycle blaring a song. You know, here's the lockers here. Hey, look at everybody on the divvy bike here. Here, we'll go up these stairs so we won't. I know, Lisa. I don't understand that either. You bring up a good question. I don't know how that works. I see DJs all the time spinning copyrighted music. Maybe they're members of the, you know, you can join the music you know, if you're a professional performer, like when they perform at weddings and stuff, they're technically supposed to, if you're getting paid to be a DJ, you're supposed to pay like royalties, and you have to join the membership there within the AppScam or whatever they call it, or like a radio station. Now everybody has a radio station. I see people all the time just sitting in their basements, you know, live streaming with the circle light there, and they'll have music in the background. I think when I live stream it, like when I live stream it, it's different than when I post a recording. They're not posting a recording of their DJ. They're doing it live. I think that's how they're getting away with it. And I don't understand. I'm not a lawyer. The world's a baffling place to me, as everybody realizes here. So, Chris, how you doing? Thanks everybody for tuning in here. What time we got? 12:38. So we tried to see the water jet going over the river there. It wasn't doing it at lunch. I got to get back to work. That's why, unfortunately, I don't have time to adequately do the rides. If I would spend that good money on doing the rides there at Navy Pier, my boss would be tuning in saying, why aren't you at work? I'm serious. That's the other aspect you got to understand. You know, people do that. People are like, you're late to work, I'm going to call your boss. I'm like, why would you say that? You're just mean, you know? And they think they're joking and it's funny, and it is, but, you know, you want to get me fired from my job? Thanks a lot, you know? I don't understand people's motivations. Most time people are just joking. You know, Kevin jokes a lot. I get his jokes now. It took me a while, because it doesn't translate well in the comments in my brain. Always, welcome to my world. That's, again, if you have kids, please don't raise them in a religious cult. You know, I feel like everybody's, my whole life, I feel like everybody's being critical to me when they're just trying to help out, you know. I don't take criticism well. And people that tune in, you understand that sometimes I can flip out on a simple question. I feel bad, Lisa. I'll apologize to you. I think earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday morning on TikTok, I think you were tuning in, and you simply just asked an innocent inquiry, which is nothing wrong with it. You were like, are you going to the DNC tonight? And I was like, no, I ain't going back there, because I went Monday night and I wanted to take a break from it so I could go to it Thursday. But I know I didn't mean to attack you for asking a simple question, because you might have missed it Monday and didn't realize, Tuesday night was the most violent protest, and I didn't want to be a part of it. It was downtown. It wasn't even by the United Center. There were so many people filming it. Even some people filming it got arrested because even they were wearing press on their flak vests there. And if they got corralled in there with the protesters documenting it, and they got arrested too. So just for being there, and that's what happens. That's why when I saw the paddy wagons, we filmed the protest last night, and then the police followed behind to make sure they stayed on their permitted protest route that they cleared with the city. And there was literally dozens and dozens of paddy wagons. The new modern vans, they don't look like the old paddy. They were falling behind. I'm just like, they're heading that way, I'm going to head the opposite way. I don't want to end up in one of those paddy wagons just for being the wrong place at the wrong time. But it was I think only one arrest was made last night. It was like 11 o'clock. Someone wouldn't leave the street. But largely peaceful protests. People exercising their First Amendment right to peacefully assemble. And yeah, give me a flak vest. And that's, the wizard, I'm glad you understand. People think they're joking. Another reason I do sub-only lives, and I try to explain this to other people. People think they're joking, but they on TikTok especially, my moderators help me. If I open it up, people continuously for a year and a half. You imagine how old this gets? Every day they're like, you're going to get shot. You're going to get shot. You're going to get murdered. They'll say it like that. They're like, and then they'll be like, go to the south side. Why don't you go to the dangerous areas? And they're the same people saying I'm going to get shot because they want me to go to the dangerous. They want me to get shot, and they want me to live stream it so they can say, I told you so. You're smart and wise. And I'm like, look, I've been living in this city for 26 years. I've been walking. Yeah, I live on the safe north side. Like nothing bad happens on the north side. They haven't lived here. They don't watch the news. Bad stuff happens all over the city. All over the city. And yeah, unfortunately it affects the south and west sides much more. But I'm just not going to deal with these taunts because they got ulterior motives. And they might not have ever been to the city. They watched the Spike Lee Chirac movie and they think they're experts on Chicago. So we're not going to take it. But here we'll walk back towards the Centennial Fountain. And does it stop you from going to New York City and seeing Times Square? I know that's a tourist area too. Like nothing bad happens in New York City or LA or Houston or Dallas or Atlanta. Bad things happen in all these cities. Most people experience the city from the safety of their own car, and then you can get a rear end. You get out, they hijack your car because it's a fake rear end, There's all kinds of things that go on. But here we'll head back down towards the Centennial Fountain here, 1243. I just want to see if I'm gonna confirm by heading past it both on the hour. We were there at the noon hour, and we'll go by it at the 1 o'clock hour and see if that jet shoots across. It did not go across at noon. Here we'll stay on this side of the street here. There's the St. Regis there. Yeah, can you please explain to me, why does everyone want to meet me? It creeps me out. Daily, weekly, and I'm just not used to this situation where, I've never been a public figure until this age of live streaming. And I know people just, what, you want my autograph? I don't understand why people feel the need to meet me in person. I appreciate, like we met Grizzly Adams, is great. There's another person that wants to meet me this weekend. I talked to my moderators, they're like, don't do it because eventually I'm going to run into a psychopath. I don't think it's you, but, just like women have to deal with this. I talked to other women content creators, including Jay and other people, and they have to block people all the time because just because they're women, they get a whole new set of men hitting on them all the time, trying to do romance spoofing like what Diana talks about. And you know, women experience the world differently than men. I understand why, because I try not to be one of those creepy men too. You're not trying to be creepy. I'm just trying to understand why. I guess I really don't want to be famous. I want to maintain an anonymous life, and I like the separation. Now, why do I do not give tours? I really get anxiety meeting people in person. Now, when it happens, you notice I usually snap into a really nice and jovial person. I'm really glad to meet and talk like we did with Grizzly Adams. But I have to really force it. It's not natural to me to be a sociable person. I spent most of again, it goes back to my childhood. Do not raise your kids in cults. I look at every human being as a threat trying to lie to me, because I was lied to, not by my parents, by the people in the church that manipulated my parents to give them the church money, and they live like kings on yachts, like L. Ron Hubbard on his Sea Org, and they took all my parents' money that they could have invested in the stock market, and we could have been a lot wealthier. And it's just the manipulation that goes on with religions. Not all religions, just some religions that manipulate people for money, and even they have kids and stuff. I mean, it's just sick what goes on, you know. And I'm trying to get over it, you know. I usually don't like to divulge this much personal stuff about anything, because it could be used against me. You know, people, if I was, you know, on TikTok with the people would be like, you know, call me a snowflake or a wimp or some, you know, I laugh when, you know, I usually see the people be like, why can't men be more sensitive? Because when you expose weakness, people just use it again. Men are supposed to be stoic, not show any emotion, not divulge their emotions or secrets. I've even done it to women, and women they're like, you whine a lot, you know. And then, so the lessons: don't be a sensitive man, be a stoic, strong man, and like the guy on Mad Men, and just suck it up. I'm a TV show now, yeah. Well, why does TikTok pay so horribly? I really despise TikTok. I really hope it gets banned so people can watch me on YouTube. YouTube pays much better. I'm glad you guys watch me on YouTube. I know people say, why don't you just switch to YouTube? And I don't want to abandon my audience on TikTok that will not watch me on a different format. I got 63,000 people, but only a few hundred watch regularly, just like here. Just because you got that many followers doesn't mean most people forget about you. They're like, oh, I might need this in the future, and then they never look at anything again. But thanks, Tara. Tara understands. Tara and I go way back. Tara remembers when I lost my original account. Do you imagine how much that hurt my psyche? It would hurt your psyche too. It hurt Darren Monroe's. Darren Monroe had 126,000, did nothing wrong. They banned his account. He's building it back. I'm glad Darren Monroe's back almost to 40,000. He might be at 40,000 now. He's really growing. Darren Monroe has more likes on his account than I do. And he started it, you know, he had to restart again. I had to restart over. Tara remembers that. Remember Tara and Bob and people that followed on the first account. Many of you followed on the first account. And thanks for sticking with me on the second account. I do not trust TikTok because, again, it was my childhood. I think TikTok just uses people. It just uses people to make money. It tries to market stuff. I don't, you know, all this talk about community guidelines. We see what some of the craps that's on TikTok. I really think the longer I'm on that platform, you know, I'm still on YouTube, I can really bash them here. I just, you know, maybe it is a giant spy organization just trying to ruin America from the inside. And I'm not a big fan of Facebook, X, any of them. I think it's all just manipulation. But we got a good community here. We'll use it for our own purposes. If they ban us, we'll come back. You know. But here we are at 12:49. I don't think they're going to do the water cannon, so I'm not going to stick around here the whole time because we'll be waiting around for something that never happens. There's the Centennial Fountain. Look how you can get it right up next to it, yeah. See, like she's taking a nice picture there. Yeah, TikTok takes 70%. And thanks, Dahmer. Thank you for... Oops, I lost my gimbal here. Hold on a second there. My gimbal cut out here. Hold on a second here. Let me get it back. Thank you for giving me a direct gift, because cut out the middleman. Why I don't put PayPal on there or the direct gift option because I'm trying to extort people out of money. It's to cut out TikTok and YouTube from taking their cut. And isn't it amazing? Why is it 70%? Even for the subscriptions, it's 70% for the gifts and the subscriptions, because even though you go through TikTok, Apple and Google make a cut off the TikTok profits because they consider it a app. They consider it a subscription to an app, and they get their monopolistic cut from the App Store. Apple and Google make money off of TikTok. That's why so little of the money goes to the creators. Look at they're waving there. Let's zoom in there. Yeah, they're having a good time there. Yeah, they're just waving at everybody as they go by. Yeah, friendly boat there. There's the Centennial fountain we were talking about earlier. Yeah, thanks, Tara. It looks beautiful. Yeah, what a beautiful day. So the reason the camera's shaky, I think my gimbal didn't recharge. It's getting old. I need to get a new gimbal. I know people are like, why didn't you do it? I'm waiting for the weekend here. You know, I'm busy. I'm working. There's a lot of stuff going on. I didn't get to electronics store to pick up a new gimbal here. So, and I don't usually order stuff online. I know people, why don't you just order stuff through Amazon? I don't like Jeff Bezos. I'm sure the feeling's mutual. I don't like billionaires that put mom and pop stores out of business. Hey, we're starting the weekend early, that's right. So you'll have to deal with the shaky camera here as we head over the Columbus Bridge because my gimbal's out of juice here. But hey, we got some good footage there at Navy Pier. Thanks everybody for the gifts, and we got to see Grizzly Adams and his, I assume that's his wife. I'm not for sure. You know, I don't, this days you can't say, you know, friend, partner, girlfriend, wife, so even other person he was with today. It's Grizzly Adams. That's great. I should have asked, but again, the reason I don't do good interviews, I know Sarah and others are always on me to improve my interviewing skills because I get nervous. I get nervous when I talk to people. Here's the geese. You think I would get over it in my old age? Again, don't raise your kid in a cult. Other people do better with it. I shouldn't use that as a crutch. You know, I guess psychiatrists could have a field day with me, psychoanalyzing my phobias and issues here that I shouldn't even talk about. Here, look, the Summer of George. There's the Summer of George going by. Yeah, they're sitting full. We saw the Summer of George yesterday when we were coming back from the United Center and the DNC there. And you can check out that footage on TikTok. I appreciate it. Hey, the Summer of George. There it is, going underneath the Columbus Bridge there. Oh, folks. Let's see here. Hey, that's good. Yeah, you got an audience that's willing to, got the time, all the time in the world to sit and talk. It's good, Chris. You can tell them about the Railroad Museum there. Thanks, Lorraine. Again, the reason I'm hard on myself, I grew up in a religious cult that was very critical. They thought God was always punishing you, angry. God knew everything you did and was going to punish the world in the lake of fire. It was going to be the rapture, and the world was going to end in tribulation. And it could, any day, you know, I thought I was going to be able to grow up because the end of the world was near, and it'd be the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and nuclear warfare would end the world, and it was all part of God's plan to punish humanity for being evil. And don't lay that on kids, you know. You think you get over it, you know. Here, look at and my parents were affected by it too. They were manipulated by it too. They had the same phobias. Here's the architecture tour going by here. I got the finger on the camera here. Here, look at that view. We got that earlier. So here, we'll head back to work here. What time we got? 12:55. See, they turned this fountain on. We got one more chance here at 1 o'clock. We were there at noon and they didn't shoot the water cannon. I got to ask Darren Moreau if he's actually even seen the water cannon at all since they got it reopened. Here's the underneath of Wacker Drive. Yeah, great day for walking. How's it going, Masters? Yeah, I know. I'll try not to drop the camera. See, again, people are just trying to make conversation, but you're adding to my phobia. It's like, don't trip, don't get shot, don't, you know, get sued in a lawsuit. I know you're just trying to make conversation. Appreciate it. There's Chicago's leading lady. Yeah, the gimbal's much better, you know. Anytime I go over the railing there, it could drop in the water. Maybe we'll head out of here. Perils of live streaming are legion. I appreciate the good community. Thanks everybody for being such a good audience here and talking to each other, having side conversations. So here, we'll stick here until 1 o'clock, just in case this fountain water jet goes off. There's some camera. They're doing something right there. Some people get out of their cars. Darren says late at night there's people stop here, shoot fireworks off. People hang out by the river. They're filming something right there. What time we got? 12:57. So we'll stick around here for 3 more minutes. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm gonna turn this off at 1. I'm just staying on at 1. Yeah, I agree, Christopher. And so, Christopher, you see my dilemma. Christopher, you understand that I have 60,000 followers that I built up over time over TikTok. I had 38,000, now I'm up to 63. If you combine those, that's over 100,000 people that at one time followed my account on TikTok. 90% of those people, I cannot get them to watch me on YouTube. They never check out my YouTube content. They never watch here. They only stay on TikTok. And I understand that they don't like YouTube. They don't like the live streaming experience on YouTube, or they won't check it out because, and so I don't want to abandon that. People, I got people that pay subscriptions on TikTok. I got people that pay subscriptions on YouTube. I don't want to abandon either audience. And I really got mad at TikTok the last time for several reasons. And I don't trust the platform, but I don't want to abandon the community I have there. So I feel an obligation to maintain my current live streaming pattern where I do the lunch stuff here on YouTube. And, you know, YouTube is, in case I lose TikTok again, people, you got this as an option to watch me here. But I cannot get my TikTok audience to watch me on YouTube. Major Hustler has the same problem. He has over 100,000 followers on TikTok. If he goes lives on YouTube, only like 10 people watch him. Why is that? TikTok really pushes the live streams. And that's why we get so many more trolls, because it pushes the live streams to people that don't want to watch Chicago content, or they want to watch Chicago content that's like a horror movie. You know, they don't want to watch this. You know, they actually get angry when they see like a beautiful thing of Chicago because it doesn't jive with the perception they want to have of Chicago in their mind, which it's a dystopic hellhole run by Democratic mayors, and it's the sixth circle hell where everybody's murdered and everybody lives in slums, and you know, there's horrible impoverished areas of Chicago, but it's not as bad as that. It's still people and kids and grandmas, you know. So I think that boat's waiting there because they're waiting for the jet to come on too. It's 12:59, so let's see if we get the water jet coming out of the Centennial fountain. There it goes. So now it's going. So there's the jet. There's the jet of the Centennial fountain there. it's heading over. So here, let's head down the stairs here so we can see it better here. So yeah, why did it not do it at noon? I was there at noon. Is it every other hour? At 1 o'clock, there's the water jet going across the river here, and so I'm glad I stuck around because we at least saw it a little bit here. We'll get down to the bridge here as quickly as possible so we can film this water jet. How long does it last? Like 5 minutes? Hopefully it lasts at least a minute so we can get down there and film it here. So we'll cross the Columbus Bridge here and we'll film the as soon as I get out there it'll probably stop, but maybe we can zoom in here. Hold on, just wait. Oh, that's good. I'm trying to get the water jet here. I'm not people always think I'm filming them when I'm trying to film the water jet. There we go. There it is. There's the water jet over the Chicago River. Thanks for tuning in here. I got the shaky camera because my gimbal went out. But hey, the kayakers are liking it. Look at that. Yeah, thanks for tuning in from Niagara there. So here, let's zoom in a little bit here. So the Centennial fountain's back on. They're shooting the water cannon out into the air there. There's the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge there on Lakeshore Drive. No, that's the Lakeshore Drive Bridge. The DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge is behind us. And we'll show that after this water cannon. And the wind's really blowing it. It did not do that at noon. It did it at 1 o'clock. I don't understand why it didn't do it at noon. It's supposed to do it on every hour, on the hour. We were there to 12:02, and it wasn't doing it, but it did it at 1 o'clock here, right on the dot. So there's the water cannon. The Centennial fountain's back open there. I'm glad it's back on there. And sometimes the boats will go right underneath it there. So thanks for tuning in to catch this. Yeah, I see that, Dahmer. People mention that it's easier to communicate with others in the chat. You could just, and that's why I still film on multiple platforms. There's positive and negatives to TikTok. There's positive and negatives to YouTube, and that's why I'm on multiple platforms. I'll probably continue to be on multiple platforms. Thanks for watching me on multiple platforms. I really appreciate it. And here's the water jet there. The engineers didn't think about gravity when they designed that water spout. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Instagram, yeah, Facebook. I know Sarah and other people don't like Instagram for the same reason. Zuckerberg, Cambridge Analytica, and look at the trust that Zuckerberg destroyed. He owns that, and he's lost a lot of people because of that. I stopped using Facebook after that. And I know there's problems with TikTok, but I never trusted TikTok from the beginning. I always assumed TikTok was a spy organization running as a social media company. And now it's going to be banned at the federal level. And we'll see if it goes through there. But here, that's the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge is that way. And we were looking towards the Lakeshore Drive Bridge. And there's the water jet there. So we got it. We finally got some footage of it here. So I'm going to head back to work. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We should be on TikTok tonight. Thanks for the gifts, everybody. I really appreciate. Thanks for supporting great content. I won't forget it. It was nice meeting Grizzly Adams and everybody else there. And thanks for saying hello. We'll talk to you later from Chicago. Have a great day. Enjoy this beautiful weather. We'll see you tonight. We'll probably head to the beach. Thanks everybody. Thanks Dahmer. And thanks everybody else for the gifts there. Christopher, Sharon, John James, the Wizard, Mary Therese, Elena, May. Thanks everybody, Danny, Peace, Elisa, Chris, thanks everybody, Michael, thanks for tuning in. And if I missed anybody, Waffles, who's that, Waffles? Who is that? Waffle Sprinkles, I like that. Carla, thanks everybody. Dave, we'll see y'all later there. Have a good day. Thanks a lot, Dahmer. Alvin, thanks for tuning in. Danny, Yaya, thanks for the gift. And Dahmer, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.